Hey guys, it's Greg from East Coast Eyes, and today I'm going to teach you how to read sidewall patterns. Alright guys, so today we're going to learn how to read sidewall patterns. Now I made a video on this a long time ago, but that was a really long time ago. We've gotten a lot of new subscribers since then who may not have seen the video, and it wasn't all that well explained, so I'd like to explain it a little bit better. So sidewall patterns are a way of putting down in text the way in which a sidewall of lacrosse head is strung. So lacrosse heads all have sidewall holes and holes of mesh, and each hole of mesh is tied down to the sidewall in a certain way. So there's all kinds of different knots and ones, twos, and threes you can use, and also they go into all the different sidewall holes. So the way a sidewall pattern works is you go down the sidewall holes and list from top to bottom what holes you used and how, and through that someone should be able to take that pattern and replicate it in their stick. So it's an easy way to quickly tell someone how your head's strung, and they'll be able to read it and replicate it in their stick. So I tell you guys a lot of patterns in my videos, but those patterns don't do you very much good if you don't know how to read them and how to use them. So first off, pretty much all of my heads start with a 9-diamond top string. This is very important. If you don't start with the same number of diamonds in the top string as the person who's giving you the pattern, it will not work correctly. So you have either a 10-diamond top string or a 9-diamond top string. And pretty much all mine start with a 9-diamond top string, and I'll usually tell you which hole I did this top string on. So here I have a Lakota for an example. You can see here we did the top string on the second hole. So we skipped the first, so I'd say that you did the top string on the second sidewall hole. Alright guys, so now I'm going to tell you the notation for each different knot, and I have a tutorial called How to String Sidewall Knots that shows pretty much how to string every one of those knots, but I have broken down each knot into its own video and its own tutorial. It's very detailed, which will be uploaded after this one, but if you need to know how to string these knots, you can find them in the How to String Sidewall Knots tutorial. Alright, so the first and most basic one is the interlock in a pattern. That'll be an I. The next is an SI, or a special interlock. That'll be an SI. Then there's the knot, which will be a K, and I'll put all this down in the description so you guys can check it out in text as well. Then there's a 1, which is just a 1, a double, which is a 2 in the pattern, a triple, which is a 3 in the pattern, and then you've got a 1 SI, a 2 SI, and then a 1 interlock, and a 2 interlock. So those are pretty much all the notations you're going to need. So let's run down the side of this mid-pocket Lakota, and I'll show you guys how the pattern works. Alright guys, so here's the sidewall for the mid-pocket Lakota. So I've got my sidewall that I put in through the third sidewall hole. So how you denote what sidewall hole you started in is you say tie third, and this will let the person know that they should put the sidewall in through the third sidewall hole. And a lot of times I take that first sidewall that I go on the sidewall string with, and I actually do a little interlock and a loop on the same hole that I did, that I started the sidewall on. So I would say tie and interlock third. So that means you start and interlock the first 10-diamond row of mesh on the third sidewall string. Then you can see here these are just shooting strings, so we've got 2 blank holes, so they would be known as skips or zeros in the pattern. So we've got 2 blank ones right there, so it'd be tie and interlock third, 0, comma, 0, comma. Then we have an interlock, so I, comma, then another skip, 0, comma, I, comma, and then one more, I, comma. So far we have tie and interlock third, 0, 0, interlock, 0, interlock, interlock, interlock. So that's the top of the pattern, and then you move into where the pocket forms. So let me make sure what I've got here. So then after that last interlock we have a 2, so we'll go I, comma, 2, comma, 1, 0, comma, 1, comma, 0, comma, 1, and then tie off. So the bottom is just called a tie, and you can really put that anywhere and they'll just know to tie it off at the bottom. Alright, so that is how you read the pattern for this mid-pocket Lakota, mostly made up of interlocks at the top with skips and a 2 and 1s at the bottom. So that pattern's pretty simple. We'll move on to another head that's a little bit different and show you guys how that one's done. And here I've got one that's done without shooting strings, so it's a little bit easier to see. So here is a low pocket proton power, and we'll go over the pattern for this one. Alright, so again, this starts with a 9 diamond top string. This time it's strung through the top sidewall hole, and on this one we have tie second because I started my sidewall in the second hole, and this time I didn't do an interlock on that same hole. That's just where the sidewall starts. So we have tie second, comma, SI, so these are SIs this time, special interlocks, comma, 0 because we skipped a hole, comma, SI, comma, SI, comma, SI, comma, SI. So there's no skips, just all straight interlocks or special interlocks, one mesh to one sidewall hole. So then we have comma 1, comma 1, comma 1, comma 1, comma 1, tie off. You can see there it goes in the bottom. So that's another very simple pattern, this time with SIs and some skips at the top and all 1s at the bottom. Alright guys, so those are the basics of reading patterns. Now you should have almost everything you need to know about reading patterns, so you can translate patterns in my videos and ones you hear from other people into actual strings. So thanks for watching guys. Make sure to subscribe for more string videos and tutorials, and have a great day.